Why the fuck does fat loss feel impossible when you're going through a cut? It's exactly what we're going to dive in today. Let's get into it. So why is fat loss so hard? We've come from primitive beings. We started on the plains of Africa or whatever you believe. Maybe you believe we just spawned here. Either way, we started with quite a primitive diet. Food was very sparse. We still unfortunately have a bit of a monkey brain going on. And when we mix those two things together, we create a concoction where we are just obsessed with food. Because of the sparse nature of it when we were monkeys, that hasn't switched off. So we are quite literally fighting biology. So why are we battling biology? Well, humans evolved in scarcity. Food wasn't guaranteed, we have to hunt for it. It was berries. There was obviously a huge amount of work to find out what was poisoned and what was normal. There was a huge amount of work that went into it, so it was very scarce. Now, the body's number one goal in that period, and still is to survive famine, to just survive. That's the goal of our body. It's not to get fucking six-pack shredded abs or giant pecs or anything like that. It's literally, it's our job as its body is to house our brain and protect ourselves. And when we do go through losing weight, our metabolism slows down. So it takes longer for us to lose weight because again, our body just wants to survive. And that's called adaptive thermogenesis. So survival is greater than abs. Unfortunately, I wish it was the other way around. I wish abs were obviously the go-to, but unfortunately we've still got this. We need to worry about food, water, environment, and then, shelter as well. So we've got too much to worry about rather than just getting a fucking 8-pack. So our body created systems to do that, which is two hormones called leptin and ghrelin. So leptin is the mediator of long-term energy balance, suppressing food intake. Now, on the other hand, what ghrelin does is a fast-acting hormone that makes you hungry. Interesting thing about this is that the longer you stay up, so just say you're a fucking gamer and you stay up all night and you want to try and get shredded and build muscle, is that the longer that you stay up, the ghrelin just continues to go up. So you get hungrier and hungrier and hungrier. That's why you get the nighttime hungries. Whereas if you go to bed on a schedule and get that 7 to 10 hours sleep, that leptin goes up, which then suppresses the ghrelin. So you can just imagine what can happen here if you're not getting enough sleep. You are just going to either remain the same, get skinny fat, or get obese. So it's very important at this time to do this battle here of trying to fight these two hormones by getting enough sleep. Every single time, environment beats willpower. Food is fucking everywhere. It's on our phones, it's on the internet, it's fucking on the floor, it's wherever we fucking want it to be. And these big fucking businesses engineer the food to taste better using salts and fats and sugars and crazy marketing ploys. The environment to try and lose weight is so fucking difficult. Because that's why it seems so hard to grasp, is because the marketing for all this stuff is comfort. We are just constantly comforted. So again, you are just fighting the environment that we are in. I don't know if you have seen the movie WALL-E, but the great example is that humans have become so comfortable, we can't even fucking do anything anymore. We're just big fat fucking blobs. That movie alone is probably a fucking looming documentary about the human race of like where it's going to go. So it is really, really hard. It's not just the fact that the biology of like all the hormones and stuff, but the environment that we're in now as human beings is fucking tough to lose weight. Now, I'm not fucking better than anyone else. I, want to crave food and all that sort of stuff. But again, as we'll get further on, it's about the systems and stuff that we can deliver that make this process so much easier to achieve. So studies show environmental control and accountability, so someone telling you to show the fuck up, increases long-term adherence. So how to beat our monkey brain? The number one thing that I see with people who want to lose weight is that they have no accountability. Because that fucking person is just like, you just reach for the donut. You don't have any sort of control or anyone else telling you to stop fucking doing that. Like, you need to have someone other than yourself with eyes on you to tell you exactly what needs to be eaten, at what time, everything like that to begin with. You need to understand the rules and the food literacy. You're only going to learn that from someone else. It's going to be hard to, yes, you could probably get the information off the internet like a shit channel like mine, but that person isn't going to be in your fucking DMs or messaging you telling you what needs to happen. The next thing, the battle that we need to be doing is just to get rid of fucking convenience for a little bit. Get rid of the chocolate, don't buy the chips, don't go down the aisles in the shopping center that have these things. Instead, spend the time to learn how to cook some basic yummy foods that you can stick to and rotate them maybe every sort of 16 to 20 weeks. I mean, I eat the same thing day in, day out, and any high-performing athlete, business person, whoever the fuck it is, I can guarantee they are exactly the same as well. They will just eat the same thing day in, day out, because guess what? It works, okay? So another question that I get a lot with, coaching is to sort of to bring it up. It's like, should you cut? I don't think everyone should. I think if you're in a skinny fat sort of stage, just, take this sort of image on me. This is obviously an extreme case. This was me, completely fucked out of my brain, peaking for bodybuilding. But if you cut down and you have no muscle, you're just cutting down to a smaller version of yourself. Whereas if you build for longer, like this, some of the best look I have right now is on the left here, where I've just spent the time building, is going to allow you to actually build the body that you want to have, and then you only need to cut down a small amount of body fat to reveal a bit more muscle mass. When you start to cut with absolutely no physique, you start to just lose weight, and this is what can happen. You can go down to fucking puffy brain, inflamed, fucked up Adrian, which is not what we want at all. Because I've been there, I don't want that to happen. So again, not everybody should. Now, this is of course as an extreme case, but for a lot of my guys, they're coming to me skinny fat. What does that mean? Well, you've got some love handles, you really don't have any muscle, so you need to spend the time building some muscle before we cut, because if you cut, you're just gonna be skinny. And look, that I think honestly looks worse than skinny fat, because at least with the skinny fat, you have some fat to hold, your t-shirts onto your sleeves. So again, this is why you need external eyes to decide if cutting is the right move, because it could make you completely fucking hate training. You need to make sure that you're going into the gym to progress, not to regress, both in physically and mentally. So fat loss versus weight loss. Weight loss is scale go down, I give you 1200 calories, you just fucking lose weight. It's fucking easy. Do cardio, whatever. There's no ability or skill involved in that. Whereas with fat loss, we are trying to preserve your muscle mass while burning fat, which takes time. It's a much slower process. And without lifting weights or having protein 2 times your body weight, up to 25 to 30% of weight loss will be your fucking muscle. So you can imagine there, again, if you don't have any muscle, you're just gonna lose essentially muscle that keeps you upright. So this is why it's important to make sure that cutting is at the right time. Of course, if you're severely overweight, weight gain is going to be your key. You just need to lose weight, brother. You don't need to fucking worry about muscle mass or anything like that. You just honestly need to spend the time just moving more. So this is again, one of the reasons why I ended up looking like this, is because with bodybuilding, and now obviously it's a few things went badly with this prep, I lost way too much weight. So I started to look, very, very stringy. You can see there, I have no real muscle mass or definition. My face is fucked up because I wasn't sleeping. So again, if you're in this position where you're already sort of skinny fat and you're cutting again, not to say that you'll end up like that, but your love for the game will deteriorate. So again, how not to fuck it up. This is why we've gone on to this rest of the video. Build an environment at home, not only at home, but with your friends and your work, that supports you and allows you to remove junk. And they are excited for you to do your meal prep. Now remember, consistency has a funny effect on the human cosmos, is that people start to get upset about it. The more consistent you are with something, people get upset. All I can say is that is an environmental problem. Those people aren't your fucking friends. If they cannot support you through one of these things to essentially change your life and have a better outlook on absolutely everything, your friends, your family, your work, your everything, by undergoing fat loss, it is fucking hard. They are not your fucking friends. Ditch them or put them in the vault for a bit. Have some accountability with a nice training environment, a fucking coach. It could be me, somebody else. We all do a lot of the same things. You resonate with my shit, it'd be fucking awesome to have you on the team. One of the big things here is system. How long are you going to be losing weight for? How much do you want to lose? What's it for? Is it for a comp? Is it for a photo shoot? Is it for you want to look better fucking naked? What is it? You need to be making sure that you're breaking down this goal into the simplest, smallest pieces to allow you to be successful. Focus on fat loss is body composition. So again, here you can see my client Alex. He went from a bit sort of bulky powerlifter build to fucking shredded bodybuilder because we focused on fat loss, not weight loss, because he had his calories were still high to allow him to perform in the gym. He was taking photos every single week. So we had different data points, not just the fucking scale going down, to determine that we are losing fat and the physique is holding on. You're holding on your muscle mass. You're still able to train hard, yada, yada, yada. And again, finally here again, know when to cut and know when to keep building. I would say that 90% of your year should be building. Now, that becomes a lot easier when you have done a cut. You don't want to be building if you're already fat. If you're 20% body fat, well, that's just going to keep going up. So you need to get lean first and then slowly build. So that's what I specialize in with my guys. I get them fucking lean and then we build and they are blown away at the change in their mentality and their physique. So again here, it's just biology plus environment. Fat loss is hard because you're fighting survival wiring in a world of abundance. There's shit fucking everywhere that you can grab. There's shit on this fucking iPad right now popping off, Uber Eats notifications and all that sort of stuff. Delete it. Before I go into a cut, I delete all the shit off my Instagram that is food related. The only way through is structure, accountability, and a smart plan. Not starvation, not blasting yourself on the cardio machines. This is vital, man. You can see here, we've got the 3 pillars of fucking weight loss coming right up in your fucking grill. Structure, accountability, and a smart plan. You will fucking lose all the fat and be fucking jacked and shredded if you follow that and have someone to make you fucking stick to it. So again, a little bit about me. If you want real fat loss, not looking like a smaller version of yourself, you need a set of eyes on your training and nutrition. There's no point going into one of these things and then you end up hating the end result because you thought you could do it yourself. You do not have the fucking patience, the ideas, the smart plan, unless you have done your own research, which for you Joe Blow people, look, you're better off paying someone to do it. I'm just gonna be fucking honest, because guess what? I do. Make sure you hit the link that sends you to my Instagram and send me a DM and I'll show you exactly how your next 16 weeks of fat loss phase will look that actually improves your physique instead of fucking wreck it. Thanks for making it this far to the video. It would mean the world to both myself and my wife if you could like and subscribe. We are just a small coaching business. We are trying to help as many people as possible get fucking jacked, build their backs, build their glutes, build their chest, well, absolutely fucking everything. So again, thank you guys. Goodbye.